Well, hello everyone. Welcome. I wanted to give a little update of what I've got going on before I start the Unfiltered series. So I just wanted to just quickly reintroduce the series. I know that I had done that video um, before I left Canada. And so a lot has happened since then. I have moved countries. And so, it just takes a little bit to settle into a new place and find all the things that you need. But then, honestly, truthfully, I've been really excited about this series, the Unfiltered with Paige Royal series. And if you haven't watched that video, I have. I'm going to be saving them all under highlights. If you're seeing this on Instagram, I'm also posting this on Facebook and LinkedIn. So if you're seeing it on Instagram or you are on Instagram, you can follow me there. And there's a little circle underneath I guess my bio that's a highlight and it just says unfiltered on it. So they're all going to be saved in there. And yeah, so truthfully, I've been excited and to be honest, a little nervous. And there's been it's interesting what happens when you're kind of in something and then it's almost like the algorithm, like the social media algorithm can tell what's going on up here. And so then you start seeing all these videos about the thing that's actually going on. And yeah, it's a little bit of fear. Like, I just always like to be transparent that, just because of what I do for a living doesn't make me like I don't get away with everything, I'm still working on my own things. And so yeah, there's a bit of the fear of what happens if it succeeds and goes really well, all the things that I'm working on. And then what happens if it doesn't? What happens if it fails? And so I just reminded myself, and hopefully you can take something away from this if this is where you're at. It doesn't have to be in business, it can be in any area of your life, it can be in your health, it can be with your money, it can be in your relationships, it can be anywhere. And it's just remembering to get back into our heart, just get back into our heart and just remember that um, I just reminded myself, I'll speak for myself, because I reminded myself that people do need to hear what I have to say. It's not from, it's just people need to hear what I have to say because I've been through a lot in my life. And so I feel like in my heart, I want to share what it is that I've been through, but then also like how I overcame it, and how I continue to overcome the hurdles or the obstacles that come up in my life, right? And so, likewise, for you, if you're watching this and this is kind of where you are, people need to hear you as well, right? And we need everyone in the world, right? So, anyway, um, what else? I have some notes here. None of these things, like I mentioned in the video before, nothing's going to be scripted. I just don't work very well like that. I do have notes, so I do look down sometimes, just to make sure that I've got everything. But yeah, the other thing that the algorithm and the videos that I was seeing that were coming up was like, stop playing small. Like if you're playing small, um, it's not why we're here. We're not here to play small. We're here to like play out big. What do they call that? I think Tony Robbins calls it something. Full out. Play full out. Anyway, and you have to make choices. I saw a really great video. I posted on my Instagram stories. I post lots of stuff there. And I just saw this guy talking about how like we have to make decisions not from our past selves, right? Like our past selves, it's not a great place to make decisions from. There's a lot of stuff there. We got to think about, okay, so my future self and what is it that I want and I desire. And if I had those things or I was that person, how would he or she behave? And then you start making decisions from that place. And it's not always easy to remember, right? Because sometimes we just get going in life, we're doing our thing. But anytime that it does come into our awareness, just remind ourselves, like, oh, wait a second. And it could be a decision that you're making right now. It's like, what would my future self, the woman or the man who has these things, what would they decide, you know? So anyway, that's my little tidbit. Sometimes I get onto my soapbox. I love getting onto my soapbox. I have so many videos from coaching calls I've got to go through somehow um, to pull out those days when I'm just in full flow and just streaming absolute truth, you know? So the Unfiltered series, I'm going to be posting those on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if I can do it daily, I will. It's just I have 82 videos to record and life happens and stuff. So I just want to make it so that I can actually fulfill what it is that I say I'm going to do, you know? Um, and like I said, they'll be saved under the highlight reels called Unfiltered on Instagram. So if you are on Instagram, if you're not following me there already, you can go and follow me there. It's Paige Royal Coaching. And the other thing that I'll be doing is releasing activations. You may or may not know what these are about, and it will become clear as I release these. The first one is going to be permission to be me. And basically, this is a membership that I have that has different activations in it. Actually, I'll just share a little bit. Um, let's see if I can pull it up here. Oh no, it's not going to come up. Anyway, there's different series that are going to be there, like self-regulation series, becoming me series, the Zero Fucks era series, all these series that are actually personal to me. And that's why I'm creating these things. So if you want to join the frequency portal, you can just go to the link. Maybe I'll post a link below, or if it's on Instagram, it will be in my bio. There's a link to my link tree. And if it's on Facebook or LinkedIn, I'll just post the link below. Yeah, it's $25 a month and would love to see you in there. I'm going to be recording 3 activations. Well, I do record 3 activations per month. So the first 3 Tuesdays of the month. And it's just a half an hour. You just kind of zip in, do the activation with me, zip out, and carry on with your day. It's just a really great way to raise your frequency, raise your vibration, become an energetic match to what it is that you want. And just to feel good, because the more we feel good, the more we become an absolute magnet for what it is that we want. So that's what I have for you today. I'm going to get on to the next video where I'm going to be talking about my breaking point, the breaking point. It's the place that, gosh, where shit hit the fan and I was pretty much at the lowest I had been in my life. So I will be sharing that with you shortly. So stay tuned and we will catch you later.